Here's something that I've learned about working with leaders. I've learned that every leader wants to do his or her best to have a positive influence on the world around them. I also believe that all leaders feel like they're doing their best. But the reality is that we've always got room to grow and develop. No leader is perfect. And so when I work with leaders, I go through a vertical development coaching exercise to help them awaken to the blocks that they have that are holding them back from being more of the leader that they want to be, from being more of the positive influence that they desire. And what I'm presenting to you here is the framework for this coaching exercise. What we've got to realize is that the tip of this pyramid is like the tip of an iceberg. This is the outward manifestation of our leadership. It's what people say, that we could call this our effectiveness, we could call this our success. And the reality is there's a lot that goes on beneath the surface. The most immediate driver of our effectiveness or success is our behaviors, the things that we do. Well, what drives our behaviors? It's how we think. Well, what drives our thinking? That is our mindsets. Our mindsets are foundational to everything that we do. And so when I work with leaders, we use this framework to do a deep introspective dive to uncover the blocks, the mental blocks that they have, and the mindsets that may be fueling those blocks. Because when we could bring those to our awareness and to the surface, then we could do something about it. So let me give you an example of this process. We might identify an aspiration for our leadership up there at that top level. This might be, I want to be a more empowering leader. Well, okay, that's great. The next level down, we're going to dive into, well, what are you doing or not doing that's preventing you from being an effective leader? One of the things I might be doing is I might be micromanaging my employees. Okay, great. All right, that's at the behavior level. That's a behavior we're engaging in that's holding us back from our aspiration. But we can't stop there. I can't simply tell a leader, well, stop micromanaging, because there's a reason why they're doing this to begin with. We've got to dig deeper. So as we dig deeper, I might ask why. Why are you micromanaging? I might say, well, I'm afraid that if I don't step in, things won't get done right. That's interesting. There's a fear that's going on here. On the flip side of that fear is a commitment. They're committed to things going right. This is a very good commitment, but it's the very same commitment that is driving the behavior that is holding them back from being an empowering leader. So while they are justified, they feel justified in their commitment, what they're starting to realize is maybe I need to shift gears. Not that this is fully a bad commitment, I need to let it go, but maybe I need to loosen my grip on it. And as we dive even deeper below these fears and commitments, we will discover what mindset might be driving these fears and commitments. Oftentimes in the instance of micromanaging, it's usually either a fixed mindset or a prevention mindset. It really depends upon the leader. Because what's going on is that fixed or prevention mindset is driving their fears of things going wrong. That fear drives them to be committed to things going right. Their commitment to things going right is causing them to micromanage, and that's working against their aspiration to be an empowering leader. So how do we get leaders out of this rut from being a micromanager? Just for example, well, we've got to help them push against their fears and their commitments. Try out a different way of working. We've also got to get them to shift their mindsets. As they shift their mindsets to become more growth and promotion minded, that means that they will start to think differently. When they think differently, their fears and commitments will change. When they think differently, their behavior will change and they will operate at a more effective level. So, if you happen to be watching this, it is likely that you will be going through this vertical development exercise. Honestly, it's really interesting because some leaders go through it rather smoothly. Other leaders, it's a bit of a slog. Not that that's a bad thing. It just is an indication that we may have a harder time digging in within ourselves. Regardless, I'm excited to work with you to help you uncover the blocks and maybe limiting mindsets that are holding you back from being the more effective leader, the person that you want to become.